today I'm going to show you how to make a sushi roll, or also known as a California roll. This is going to be a longer process that will take us through about a couple of days. First, I'm going to start by making the sushi rice. The key to making this rice is not just your typical minute rice that you're going to make at home. It's a longer process, and it's very important that the rice is made correctly. If it's not going to hold when you roll your sushi or your California roll. So it's important that you pay attention to these steps or it'll just crumble apart. First off, you're going to need jasmine rice or sushi rice. You can buy jasmine rice at any grocery store. They also, if you go to a Japanese market or anything like that, they're going to have rice that's specifically for sushi. What you're looking for is you want it short grain, okay? So even if it's not called jasmine rice, just look for short grain, and that's exactly what you're going to need. If you use the long grain, it's not going to hold, even with adding the other ingredients to make it the sushi sticky rice that you're wanting it to be, okay? So for your rice, per pair, you need a half cup of the rice mixture. And then the first step is that you need to wash it, okay? You want it to be clean, and what you're doing is you're removing the starch, and that's going to help make it sticky. For this process, you're going to need a liquid measuring cup and a piece of cheesecloth, okay? We're going to go over to the food prep sink, okay? So this is why this process is going to take us a little bit longer, because you're going to be washing this and making the rice all within one day, and then you have to share when you're washing the rice, okay? So what you're going to want to do, you're just going to fill this so all the rice is covered in water, okay? And then you're just going to take your clean hand and you're going to twirl it around, and you're just going to kind of get all the rice particles, okay? It's going to stick to your hands, and that's fine. And you see that the water is very cloudy, okay? This is going to take 3-4 times of running this through before it's going to be clear. So what I'm going to do is, if I do it like so, it will be fine if you can start catching, if you start, it will run without the rice running through, but you can do it a lot quicker by putting the cheesecloth on, because then it's going to catch any rice on there without it falling through. A couple granules might fall through, but that's okay. Okay, so put it like so. And then, because that was not clear, or somewhat clear, you're going to do it again. And then you're going to repeat the process until your water is pretty clear. It's not going to be crystal clear, like directly from the sink, but pretty clear. So I'm going to continue doing this, and then I'll show you how to start cooking it. Alright, so I finished running our rice through the water, and it came pretty clear. If you're unsure if it's clear or not, just check with your teacher. And now what you're going to do is we're going to start cooking it. I have already boiled for us 1 cup of water. So the ratio is half cup of rice to 1 cup of water. So if you want to make more, just do your equivalents, okay? So I'm just going to add this right to here. I've also put in a pinch of salt to my water. So once I've added this in, the boil stops, which is fine. Okay, I'm just going to move it around. And I have this, if you notice, on 4, and that might even be a little high. So I'm just going to put it on 3. I'm going to bring it back up to a boil, okay? Once it's brought back up to a boil, we're going to put the lid on, and I'm actually going to put it down to 2, and I'm going to leave it untouched for 15 minutes about, okay, give or take. What that untouched means, and I know this is a hard concept for some, is don't touch it. It doesn't need to be stirred. You just leave it alone. With rice, moisture cooks the rice, and that's how it fluffs up, and it's not crunchy. If you keep taking the lid off and stirring it, even though you think you're doing a good thing, you're preventing the moisture from cooking it, and then you're going to have crunchy rice. And it may still be sticky, but it's not going to taste good, okay? So now this is back up to a boil, which is lots of bubbles. I'm going to put the lid on, put it down to a 2, and I'm going to let it cook, okay? Now, as my rice is cooking, I'm going to prep my vegetables and my filling for my California roll, okay? There's specific ways that you're going to want to cut some of this stuff up so it fits nicely when you assemble all of this, okay? So first off, you have a couple of different options of what you're going to put in your California roll, okay? First off, because it's a California roll, everybody is going to get, each pair is going to get a half sheet of nori. Nori is algae or seaweed, and it's just dehydrated and put into flat sheets. And again, I got this at a Japanese market, okay? It's very cheap. I think this whole thing was like $2.99. And they come in full sheets. It looks like so. Okay, they're very brittle, so be very careful when working with them. And you're only going to use half, okay? Half per roll, okay? So, I've already cut that in half. So that's going to be in the inside, because on a California roll, the rice is on the outside. That's what makes the California roll unique. Okay. You're also going to be able to use some crab. Now, if you don't like crab, this is imitation crab. You can use just the vegetables. But if you like crab, try it. And it does taste better when it's with the rice. It tastes very good, so you might want to try it. I'm just going to lower this because it's spouting out everywhere. Okay. So I took out one piece of crab, and I'm going to cut it still. And then I'm also going to be using a cucumber, okay, a little bit of avocado. You can use ginger, sesame seeds, wasabi. You can pretty much put whatever you want into this, but this is what I'm going to be using for our roll, okay? So first off, for the cucumber, what I've done is I've just peeled it, and I've cut it in half, okay? You want to get rid of the seeds. You can do that by using a melon baller, okay? So I'm just going to go straight down to get rid of my seeds, like so. You want it to be like a shell. Okay. You don't want the seeds in the roll because the seeds have a lot more moisture than the actual cucumber does. The flesh of the cucumber. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this part in half so it's essentially flat. And then I'm going to cut this in half again. And I'm going to cut them into strips. Pretty thin strips. Almost like a thick julienne, or known as a bassinet. Okay, just like so. So I have these all ready to go. You'll prep your veggies the day before because it will make for easier when you're assembling your rolls. Okay, so here are my cucumbers, ready to go. So move that off to the side. Then my crab. The crab is pretty much already, it's in layers if you can see. So I'm just going to do one straight, and that will probably be plenty. I'm going to do one more. You can add more or less crab depending on if you like it or not. It's very easy to cut this. You can also use real crab if you're going to make this at home. They sell it right in the seafood section at your grocery store. And then I have avocado. I've already peeled this off. Peeled it out and sliced it. This is too thick, so I'm just going to slice this a little bit more. And that's plenty of avocado. Even if you love avocado, that's going to be plenty. It's probably going to be too much stuff. And then with the ginger, ginger is very woody. It has a very, very, very strong flavor, almost like garlic. You want to get rid of the outside, you just cut that off, and then what I've done is I've just shredded it. If you chop it up, you're going to have tiny little strands because it's just like wood. So I've just grated it up just like so. And remember, it's very concentrated, so little goes a long way. Same if you were going to be using the wasabi or whatnot. That's a little spicy, and I didn't bring that here for the purpose of this demonstration, but it will be available to you in class. As I wait for my rice to boil, you'll continue prepping, and then I'll show you how to assemble in just a couple minutes.